Welcome back to Leading Edge. Good to have you along. By the time you watch this, there's a really good chance that Toledo will have set yet another record for homicides in 1 year. And when that happens, it'll break the record set just last year. It's a troubling trend. It was a big issue in this year's mayoral contest. The mayor got 70% of the vote. So is that a ringing endorsement of his approach, which uses the use of a commissioner to reduce gun violence, and it uses violence interrupters? Four originally hired, although I'm told one has already bailed. Well, my next guest went public recently with his desire to be part of the gun violence solution. Shawn Mahone Sr. is the founder of Young Men and Women for Change. Shawn, good to see you. I know you've been around for over 15 years now. Tell me, founded in a church basement. So the point is, after, 15 years, you have to have a track record. What is that? Make my viewers believe your approach actually works, and then we'll get into the approach.
Well, first of all, let me say good morning, Jerry. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Shawn.
A little bit about our program so the viewers can understand what we are, how we're able to help, and what we do. We are a behavior modification boot camp program. So let me stop right there with the word boot camp. The boot stands for Behavior Obedience Observational Training. The camp stands for Community Adolescent Modification Program. It's an accountability program where we help youth, both male and female, from the ages of 5 to 17, youth that are just simply making unhealthy choices in life. So we're talking about the youth that are just being disrespectful, disobedient, defiant, unruly, those who are lying, stealing, cheating, getting in trouble in school, getting suspended, getting kicked out, and even the youth that's been diagnosed with ADHD, ADD, and ODD. And so this is a program where we simply take the youth, we break them down, we build them back up. What do we mean by breaking them down? Just simply stripping them from everything that's negative, begin to build them back up by putting positive reinforcements in their life to help them become productive leaders.
So after 15 years, I mentioned, I want to hear track record. I mean, how many kids and how do we know it's working, Shawn?
So we're working because we've been doing our signature program for the past 11 years called Dose of Reality. And our Dose of Reality program is where children come to us on a Friday night at 8 p.m. We ask the parents to stay for the first hour. Child or children is with us until 5 a.m. Saturday morning. That program by itself, Jerry, we've had over 1,000 plus youth and parents that have been through that program, and only 188 children have been back. And parents literally come from all over the United States to Toledo to get the help that they need. And so what we have done also with this program is we implemented this program in the schools, where couple of schools that we're in, we've been able to show through the Ohio Department of Education that we've been able to reduce out-of-school suspension by 83% and referrals by 72%.
The young people, Shawn, when I think about the people that end up on the news, the kids who are out there willing to arm themselves and fire at other human beings and take lives, they're not going to sign up for some tough love program. So how do we get the ones we need to reach to be involved? And how do we even reach them?
So what we have to do, we have to form a collaboration with city government, with the Toledo Police Department, and also with our juvenile court system. And that's where we have to put the accountability piece there. If we can put the accountability piece there, it takes away some of what's going on in our community. The reason why a lot of our youth are making unhealthy choices because there is no accountability, and parents are crying and screaming out for help, but yet they're being turned in the wrong direction or no direction to get the help that they need.
There are people out there who say that there is evidence, there are statistics that the tough love approach does not work, and certainly with certain types of young people. What is your answer to them?
My answer to that, Jerry, is simple. They may say it doesn't work, but if you go to our Facebook page, parents literally rate this program a 5-star program. Oh. The reason why it works is because of the follow-up, because there's a relationship building with the community, with the parents, and being there when they need us. This program is not done within a 500-mile radius. When you can have an organization that will not only come to your home and sign you up for the program, but after the program, if children know that if they make an unhealthy choice and the parent can pick up the phone and give us a call, and we can either show up at their front door or at that school, that's where the change begins to happen.
Well, a key is parental involvement, and at least part of that involvement is holding them accountable. So now I see some parents out there getting nervous for themselves. holding them accountable along with the kids. How do you do that?
So what it is we have to have the parents understand that we have to work together. We're not here to be the babysitter. We don't have a magic pill that's going to turn your child around. But if we work together as an organization, we have been thinking about having a separate program for parents. We call it our parent component, our parent program, where we can give the parents the tools that they need because they need help just as much as their children need help. But if we can turn the tide on that and get parents more involved and give them the tools that they need that will help be more impactful in their home and teaching them how to be firm, fair, and consistent, then we might be going somewhere.
Well, I mentioned earlier, the mayor has his program that is out there. You remember when Cardi Finkbeiner ran for mayor here just a couple of months ago, his was going to use, heavy police presence and coordinated police effort. And then there is yours. Are you thinking these are singular approaches, or are you saying that maybe we can have a whole arsenal of approaches and they can become a coordinated effort?
Absolutely. So I'll give you an example. The Toledo police officers are like asking me when I'm at home visits. They're literally asking me, like, where's it? I mean, how long this program been around? We need this program. The police officers are tired of taking the children downtown to the juvenile court. They're being dropped off. An hour later, a parent has to come and pick their child up. So the police get very frustrated. So once again, going back, there has to be a solid collaboration. And allowing to sit at the table. Toledo has a program that can be the milestone across the country, not just locally, but globally. And we have parents that are coming from all over the state of Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, Kentucky, Pennsylvania, New York, Illinois, Florida, as far as St. Louis, Missouri, to Toledo to get the help that they need. That rings a bell and sends a very strong message on what can we do to sit at the table to make sure that we can help more families that can benefit from this program.
Okay, you've mentioned police. I need to know what about courts? Do courts get involved? I mean, could courts not sentence? Yeah, could they force a kid and their parents to come to your program?
I wouldn't use the word force,
Okay.
but I would use the word require. And the reason why it can work for the courts, because believe it or not, we've helped children in the court system. Believe it or not, we've had judges that have sent their kids through this program. We've had police officers that sent their kids through this program. We've had lieutenants in the fire department send their kids through this program. So there is a array of people that are sending their children to this program to get the help that they need.
Shawn Mahone Sr., my guest, Young Men and Women for Change. He founded it 15 and a half years ago. You want to be involved in talks with city officials. Are they talking to you?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But I think this is the time for us to really sit down and have a good, healthy conversation and being able, once again, to show the importance of this program. It's very simple. We've been reaching out to the city for 15 and a half years, asking individuals to come and take a look at this program. Those who have came and looked at this program was very, very impressed on how we run the program and how it's not detrimental to hurting anyone.
If you want to check him out, Facebook, Young Men and Women for Change, or you can find him at his own website, Shawn Mahone, Mahone Sr. Shawn, thank you for explaining your program to us. I like solution-oriented people. You're trying to help be part of the solution, and thanks for spending time with us.
Thank you, sir.
And I'll be right back.